This month for Cult Book Club, we are reading A Well-Trained Wife, My Escape from the Christian Patriarchy by Tia Levings. I like to say that these books are sister books. They came out from the same publisher within 2 years of each other. But while my book, Uncultured, is like extreme cult, children of God, sex cult, believed in pedophilia, right? And is horrific, is maybe some of the most intense cult stuff that has ever been written. Tia Levings was like, hold my wine glass, please, because this is some of the most intense stuff that has also been written, and yet there are families like this in every church in America. Tia is coming to our book club to discuss this Wednesday in 2 days. And if you are interested in joining us, the book club subscription is either a Matreon subscription level, or you can just sign up for the individual one. If you are already a book club member, but you want to bring a friend with you to this one, go ahead and sign up there. This is chapter Lines. We measured time in Sundays, and a year later, Dad and I sat in the balcony for the morning worship service together as a habit. We were part of the audience now, the ones folks at home might see on TV. Life is a lot easier when you play along, right? She decided she was just going to get with the program and get saved. But I wanted more assurance. There had to be a secret for happiness in heaven because prayer didn't feel like enough, no matter how hard I tried. Everyone around me was super sure they were going to heaven when they died. They knew that they knew that they knew they were saved. And they didn't just say it, they lived it by following rules. It was more than the 10 Commandments or the golden rule to do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. It was more than magic prayer. I knew I was still too close to going to hell with decapitated liars and baby killers because I hadn't discovered the secret rules that no one said out loud. So Sundays became a chance to study and be observant. Mom sang in the choir, "What a day that will be, when my Jesus I shall see." I almost sang it, but I don't want to trigger you all too much. The orchestra played on each side of the marble podium, with the pastors, orchestra conductor, and minister of music in the middle. We usually sang 2 blood hymns and a heaven, hymns like prayers that taught our doctrine of the Lamb's Book of Life and how we made sure our names were in it. The sermons were rinse and repeat. Get saved, tell people about Jesus. Preach the gospel and don't get left behind. Take up your cross and follow him. Spread the good news and pray for America. Get ready to see Jesus in glory. It starts with who you marry. Remember, cults always promise space travel. Stickers in the shop. At 14, my job was to prepare to be a Christian wife and mother. Sold out Christian girls wore modest clothing, protected their purity, and sat like ladies. They didn't care about where the line was because good Christian girls crossed legs, not lines. Rules helped us keep our feelings in. Smile now. And then one day God would bring you your holy prince. This was better than a fairy tale. It was our God-given destiny as girls. Making a sleeve for my showgirl jacket. Sunday after Sunday, I sat in the pew, crossed my legs at the ankle, and opened my Bible, leaning into the convenience of wanting what they wanted for me. Christian or not, I wanted that destiny. Whereas some girls held on to dreams of becoming a doctor, lawyer, or a world traveler, and would have to box up those dreams in order to do God's will, I did not. Modesty protected my shyness. Purity protected me from the Troys, a boy who had assaulted her, and I knew I wanted babies. The music minister, with his glossy welcome to Disney World smile and hair, announced it was time to shake hands and greet our neighbors. The congregation roiled in a sea of hugs, handshakes, and "Hi, how are you?" Charismatic love surged like a wave, rock concert loud. Pastor Homer G. Lindsay was beloved at First Baptist. He was a fat and fancy grandpa with a straightforward view of the world and a pocket full of peppermints. Dr. Lindsay screamed, but somehow he didn't seem as angry as some of the other pastors. His zeal only made him more endearing. He had a heart for families. For some reason, I felt compelled to look toward the left of the sanctuary, and I couldn't believe it. Hannah's dad was here with his family. I counted their names like numbers: April, Charity, Joe, and Laura. Next to Mr. Miller was a flowery woman holding a ruffled baby, and she looked pregnant too. Remarried and 2 more babies. Wow, he'd moved fast. Seeing such a big family reminded me dominion hastened the return of Christ. We had to stand out from the world and its national average, and China with its communist infanticide of girls. Women weren't supposed to work outside the home because lady jobs interfered with the biblical mandate to bring forth and multiply. Also, big families were a witness for Christ. They showed off our superior family values and willingness to trust and follow God, which of course is why I have 25 siblings in cult math. I noted the new rule in my head. Having more babies advanced a mothering career, the highest calling a woman had. And if having lots of kids made you poor, then you needed to get creative to make it work. As long as you continued to tithe 10% of your income to the church, God could bless you in your poverty. I smiled to myself, knowing I was ahead in the game. I was made for this and good at being creative. Tithe plus creative. Got it. Another rule for a happy life. And by the way, y'all, this is why people fall to cults. The world is confusing and scary, and they want to know the rules. They want to know the simple program that they can follow that will make everything safe and good. And that doesn't exist. Anyone promising you a simple answer to life's complicated questions is trying to cult you or con you. Dad nudged me to quit daydreaming and offered a peppermint. Eyes forward, Bible in lap. I'd learned from example. Mere seconds later, Dr. Lindsay was on fire. This frothiness was likely to happen any time he got going on heaven. Also, about being born again, the possibility of cat head biscuits and fried chicken in glory, or sexual immorality. Most Sundays, Dr. Lindsay was on fire. This Sunday, he got lost in memories of meeting Shirley and the familiar story of how older men sometimes married barely legal girls after a very brief engagements. The congregation collectively sat back and settled into story time. Before I met Shirley, I'd been praying for a wife for over a year. I was 25 and in seminary, and I began to get desperate. I even bought an engagement ring and wedding band with cash. I'd look at it now and then and say, Lord, where is she? I was looking hard, but nobody looked back. Brothers and sisters, it takes 2 looks. The congregation laughed. I noticed that TV cameras panned the audience for a close-up of sweet, huggable Shirley, who beamed as Homer told their love story. Dr. Lindsay paced the stage, microphone clipped to his lapel. In the pauses, I could hear the trickle of the fountain in the baptistry. When I came home from Texas, I picked up my dad in Jacksonville and we headed for the Southern Baptist Convention. There's a girl in Glee Club I want you to meet, he said. She was the cutest thing, just 110 pounds and everything in the right place. Cults always want you skinny. I mean, my heart fluttered. I was ready. I said, where can I meet you? But she wasn't out of school yet. That means high school. And I had to go down to DeLand the following week to see her. By the time she got out of school, I'd been down 3 times, and the 3rd time, I asked her to marry me. I'd known her for 3 weeks. It's a good thing the Lord doesn't make mistakes, isn't it? The congregation laughed again, but I swallowed hard. He always skipped over her answer. I mean, clearly she said yes. It was 50 years and 4 children later and a host of grandchildren. But she married a man she'd only known for 3 weeks. What if she wanted to say wait, or even no? And God? Well, sometimes he did do things that some considered a mistake. Check out A Well-Trained Wife by Tia Levings. We have signed hard copies attached here. They also come with a sticker with a wonderful message for right now. And she's going to come talk.